Okay, tonight I will be refuting Juan Aguado's claim that Los Angeles is a viable NFL market for expansion. And his secondary claims are that Los Angeles needs the financial boost, that NFL would provide benefits to the city of Los Angeles, and the football franchise in Los Angeles would succeed. And to note that the advocate's first and second claims are pretty similar in terms of financial benefits. And I will respond by saying that the NFL isn't a viable market for expansion. And my three claims are that, first, Los Angeles is unable to afford this large-scale project. Second, the benefits provided to Los Angeles will fail to make a huge impact on the city. And third, a football franchise in Los Angeles is far from a guaranteed success. My response to that first claim, given that Los Angeles needs that financial boost, evidence is given that LA is in a $529 million deficit, and it doesn't make any sense at all to be creating such a large project that's going to cost over $800 million for the city. And we all know that projections are going to be always lower than the actual cost. And these deficits are going to take a really long time for them to be even beneficial for to make profit again. They're going to go so deep in the hole that it's going to take years and decades actually to overcome what they spend on this project. And even if this is created, it's not going to be any beneficial to Los Angeles because of it's outside of the city, and it's actually located in the city of industry instead. And lastly, even if the football franchise can provide revenue for the city of Los Angeles, all the construction costs and everything is not gonna run down any of its debt anytime soon. So in this large-scale project that increases Los Angeles' debt by approximately 1.5 times is not boosting the city's finances, nor will its location be any beneficial to the city. And my response to the second claim is that the benefits provided to Los Angeles will fail to make a huge impact. The cost of the building of the stadium is going to cost the taxpayers, more money. And instead of giving the citizens benefits, it's just going to cause them more financial woes in the long run. And an article in the LA Times says, by highly respected research institutes such as Brookings and Cato Institutes have stated that nationwide spending has topped over $30 billion on stadiums, publicly and so-called privately funded stadiums, and these investments hardly ever find their way to make an effective return. The evidence used in Los Angeles Stadium's brochure with the quote, "Pump up the economy." The brochure is trying to sell itself as being a cure to the economic downturn. Evidence from the source, it's its own website, and being at its own, talking about itself, it's not going to say anything bad, and it's highly biased. The benefit that is brought up in that brochure is that 6,700 new jobs will be made. The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that about 13% of the 4 million population in Los Angeles are unemployed, totaling to over 500,000 lost in jobs. Does that 6,700 jobs even compare to the 500,000 being lost right now? The trade-off for $800 million for the city's finances in trade-off for 6,700 jobs is not really worth it. These benefits are not good enough, and building the NFL stadium is not going to be the cure for the financial woes. My third and final response is that a football franchise in Los Angeles is far from a guaranteed success. Juan Aguado said that it's going to be a highly successful team if they end up making the stadium and bringing over another team, but he assumes this, and there's no proof really. There's actually proof to prove this fact, and it's saying that a big city does not mean that it's going to be automatically a success, because many of these smaller cities, such as Green Bay and Pittsburgh, have been successful and some of the most loyal fans around, and they're much smaller than the 4 million in Los Angeles. So the advocate says that the football franchise will be successful because of this, and that's not true, because in the past there's been other teams that have come here and failed to do that. They can't sell out their stadiums and don't get national coverage on TV, media, and all that stuff, so they're not really making that much money, which is why they left in the long run. So overall, that NFL is not fit to expand to LA because it's going to be far too costly, it's ineffective, and it's risky for the city. Thank you very much.
All right, primarily you're presenting counterclaims on the individual claims. You label them very clearly. I thought you had good evidence on the taxpayer costs and the potential economic returns. I like the comparison about the number of jobs as a way of diminishing any potential benefit there. I think you could do a little bit more to show that smaller cities are successful for completely different reasons, and that bigger cities have more complications in producing successful teams. You just kind of make a vague reference to the failure of the two teams that left without necessarily analyzing the circumstances under which they left. So I think you're making a big inference there that could be a lot stronger if you looked at the particulars of those cases. Thank you.